Well, good morning. I just wanted to record a short response to a blog post that was written by a fellow startup marketeer PR person in Toronto, Mark Evans. Mark wrote a piece on the 26th of March. If you want to go back and check it, it's markevanstech.com. It's a really interesting piece. But Mark asked the question, why aren't there enough tech marketeers in the startup community? It's an interesting question, and Mark puts his own theories forward, one of which is that there are too many specialists and not enough generalists in the marketing space, and I tend to agree with that. I also have some other ideas of my own which I wanted to share and get your thoughts on, and really like to start a conversation about it. The startup community needs more good marketeers, so let's see if we can fix it. One of the big problems that I see is that it comes down to money. A lot of experienced marketeers, they've grown up with an established model where they charge retainers, they work on at least 3-month projects, and they've become accustomed to it. There's nothing wrong with that, but for startups that doesn't work. You're looking at between $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for a 3-month retainer, 3-month project, whatever you want to call it. Anything below that, it starts to look less attractive to some of the more established, really good marketeers. Unless they have a specific passion for the startup community, it's easier for them to stay with the model that they know. It's the model which makes them good money. I also think that there's a problem with actually marketers understanding what startups need. There's an awful lot about awareness, there's an awful lot about getting your message across, but actually from a startup perspective, what you need is solutions to often commercial problems. They're not big problems, they're not ongoing problems, but they're things which are holding your business back. And from a marketing and PR and communications perspective, you need a solution to it. You need a fast solution, you need a cheap solution, or the cheapest, most cost-effective solution, and you need it to be measured by the success of delivering that commercial objective. It may be sales, it may not be, but I think there's a lack of understanding on behalf of many marketeers, both outside of the industry and some inside of it, as to exactly how that works and what startups really want. And I think the final problem that I see is that there's a general misunderstanding of what marketing is. It's been built up into being all kinds of things over the years. In reality, there's no one definition of it. Marketing is to each individual startup, each individual company, a different thing. It performs a different function. It's not just about awareness. It's not about spreading a message necessarily. It's not about increasing clicks or visits to a website. It can be all of those things, or it can be none of those things. And I think one of the things that's missing is actually a common understanding by both parties on actually what marketing is. The industry hasn't done a great job. I worked in the mainstream industry for the best part of 15 years. It hasn't done a great job in defining what it does. And that leads to confusion, it leads to unrealistic expectations, and it leads to promises being made that it can't live up to. And that then feeds into a mistrust, a misunderstanding, a reticence to invest money in it, because unless you know what you're going to get and how it's likely to impact on delivering the objective that a startup needs it to, it's very difficult to justify the spend, especially when you're very early stage. You're spending angel investment, you're spending your own cash in terms of bootstrapping, that kind of stuff. So that's my 2 cents anyway. I'd love to hear your views, either in text in the comments or send me a video. I'd love to start a conversation, so if you're interested, let me know. Drop me an email, lyndon@thinkdifferently.ca, and I'd love to try and help sort the problem out. Have a great day.